What's up, my XRP brothers from another mother and my cute XRP sisters? This is Rob with the Rob 007 channel coming to you from beautiful Venice Island. Absolutely stunning day down at the beach, 5 out of 5. And the title of this episode is the FAB4 for Q4. We'll send XRP to this price. Watch this episode to the end. Got a jam-packed show for you guys today, and also thank you as always. Realize I was a little bit off the mark. We're about 50 subs away from 6,000 subscribers, and cannot begin to say how I appreciate each and every one of you. It is such a the journey's absolutely been fantastic being a part of this community. It's the best community I've ever been a part of. I appreciate each and every one of you. But indeed, if you are new to this channel, if you would hit the subscribe button to subscribe, the bell for notifications, that like button, tap it, slap it, whatever you are feeling for a hump day. Happy hump day, by the way. And if you do Twitter, follow me at Rob XRP007. Love my XRP Twitter family. And again, be leery of scammers and both imposters in both YouTube and over on Twitter. I will only heart and like on any comments in YouTube. And a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say on this channel is just merely and purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. And don't forget about the fine folks at iTrustCapital. It's such a pleasure to be working with them. They have moved into the pole position for my top spot to custody my XRP for a couple of different reasons. One, 0 custody fees. 2, only a 1% fee on trades. That's absolutely insane. Number 3 is it looks like they will be looking at adding a yield. Yes, that beautiful magic word, a yield on your XRP. No one knows the exact date. I'm looking to see that happen possibly in Q4, Q1 latest. I'll keep you guys updated. Good to get this front run it and get a position in there. And number 3, it's kind of like money for nothing and your chicks for free. They give you a $100 signing bonus when you open up an account. The link's in the description, and you have to use the promo code Rob007. Tell them Rob sent you, by the way. And also, don't forget about the fine folks at Caleb and Brown. I had the privilege to speak to the myth and legend himself, Jim Balzini. Shout out to you, Jim. Also, one of my top places to custody XRP as well, for 2 main reasons. 1, there's 0 custody fees. And then number 2, this is probably most important, as all of us know we're going to be taking profit. Some will, some won't. I have some people I've talked to, they're not selling for $1,000. You know, for me, I'm actually going to share my exit strategy for this going with XRP in this episode. Watch it till the end. It's a little fun. But anyway, I will be taking profit. But the thing is, Jay Claver actually did a video on this. I haven't watched it, but the short of it is, when we hit the banana zone, the exchanges are going to freeze up, gridlock, just like the highways in LA on a 5 o'clock afternoon or Miami. And yeah, so not only can you imagine that you want to take profit, let's say $20, and you can't even get the order executed, and the next thing you know, XRP's gone all the way back down to such and such price. So that's one of the big reasons. So with Caleb and Brown, you can actually have your broker, yes, the one you can call, actually put in a sell order for you to be executed, and it will 100%. So link is in the description. Tell them Rob sent you. I am going to have Jim on the channel. We talked about it yesterday, that we're thinking about doing it once the ETFs are approved, and we have a lot of FOMO, and just the market, the XRP holders, it's just going to be electric. And also, last but not least, don't forget about the fine folks at Kraken. You guys are loving the Kraken. I think, what's not liked about a little money left on the table, you get $75 when you open an account and you trade $200. That's an instant 40% return on your money. Unbelievable. Link is in the description as well. And then last but not least, that beautiful ROI on XRP, OMG, LFG. Email me your name and number and a good time to call you. Link is in my email's in the description, and I will get back with you. And again, this is of institutional grade custody at its highest level. To say that I'm able to stack my pennies next to institutional dollars, that's crazy. And a shout out to Mike. Shout out to you, Mike. Great to meet you this morning. He just recently relocated to beautiful Jensen Beach on the east coast of Florida. And Mike, do you realize that you're only a stone's throw away from Bimini and beautiful Bahama Islands? And I cannot wait to explore them. And that sounds like a bigger boat, in my humble opinion. Yes, it's coming to your theater near you real soon, Mike. And also in the comments, Nicole says, oh my God, I was born in Port of Spain. Doesn't that sound lovely? Port of Spain, Trinidad, what a small world. Yeah, that sounds like how fun it'd be. Yeah, I live in the Port of Spain. Trinidad sounds like paradise to me. Also in the comments, Blaine says, Rocktober can't even hold $3. I feel your pain, my friend, but Rocktober, she ain't over till the fat lady sings, and we got a lot of days left. I'm still looking at my targets. I've got a 71% chance historically that October will be an up month for the markets. So I got to just round this out just a little bit. So yeah, I don't have the best setup. I'm in this car. And also in the comments, Iguana Man says, and also my quote of the day says, owning XRP or 1,000 XRP is like owning your own coal mine. He likens XRP to actually what coal was for the Industrial Revolution. And yes, we're in a new financial revolution, which is it just only happens every 100 years or so. And it's amazing to be a part of this and see this happening in real time. Currently, we got Bitcoin trading at 124.043, up 2% on the 24-hour. XRP has battled back above 290. It was at 2917, up about 1%. That's nice to see. And yes, is this the 152nd last retail shakeout before Moon? And yes, continually playing at an XRP theater near you, these shakeouts. I got to tell you, it had me hoodwinked. On Friday, we were at $3.08. I thought the third time was a charm on that retest and that $3 would be that bottom floor, but not so fast. And yes, and you know what? I just want to throw this in right before I started the filming. I just thought, when you have days like today or this past week, and it just keeps being suppressed, just realize how blessed you are that we are able, for really the first time in history, to able to front run the banks, the large banks, the institutional banks, and accredited investors with this asset that you and I and so many others got to accumulate, whether it's $3, sub 2, sub 1, sub 50, sub 25 cents. And now, guess what? This is what has me really pumped on this day. Are we only 10 days away from the release of the XRP Kraken? That's the other title I had for this episode. And yeah, so anyway, that's it. What I'm talking about is the possible spot XRP spot ETF, the first approval on October 18th. And it's a 50-50 chance. Throw a coin toss that we'll see it. Some say it won't happen while there's a shutdown. Others say that that's a nothing burger. It still will happen. We'll talk about that. But 10 days away, that's actually less than 2 weeks. That is exciting. It could happen in the middle of next week. It could happen on a Wednesday or on a Thursday. Let's see what happened. And also worth repeating from yesterday, Grayscale with their XRP spot ETF enables staking and DeFi. That's called having your cake and eat it too down by the beach. Absolutely loving that. And again, those October rate cuts, October 29th, 96% odds up on PolySign markets that we get a quarter basis point, that it is going to happen, that we'll see a quarter basis point. Could we see higher? Well, Kenny Wynn thinks so. He's thinking that we could see a half basis point. That would be insane for the markets. Also, that would increase and speed up that reverse carry trade with Japan and their bond and yields. Kenny Wynn goes on to say, this was cited on a site called Kaishi, something like that. It says, now the shutdown is predicted to last, get this, 23.7 days. And he says, a coincidence? That would be just right around the October 25th date for that other ETF approval. He's thinking that we have all of them approved on the 25th. So whether it's 10 days from now or tack on another 7, it's only about 2 weeks out. And that, my friends, is when we actually get to press the elevator button and start to ascend, going up floor by floor. Yes, and let's see, top of my mind for hump day, 10 days away from that spot ETF. And if it happens, I will absolutely kiss the ground, is how I will feel when we get that, because it'll take a lot of pressure off, and it is like pressing the elevator button for that journey and that ride one way that is up. And will there be swings? Yes, but I think, man, that we begin in earnest. From then on, really just look for some exciting price appreciation at that point. Kenny Wynn also says, Trump says a massive rate cut, and it could be a half a point. That would be great. For a little TA down by the beach by none other than XRP Resurrected, one of my favorite TA people. His minimum take profit target now, Can you say $22? How sweet it is. I love that. And also Crypto Bull, he's still saying we have $4.75 by October 21st, less than 2 weeks away. Line them up, fill them up, knock them back. What am I talking about? It keeps happening over and over and over again. Get used to winning. Reliance Global Group adding XRP strategic reserves. It's just keeps happening. What are we going to do? And did you know back in and someone back on 2022 had noticed that only 2 coins had made a new all-time high in terms of BTC. The first one was XRP, that it made a new all-time high in 2017, surpassing the one it made in 2013. And then Doge also made a new all-time high in 2022, surpassing the one it made in 2017. Only 2 coins out of all 20,000 plus tokens outside of Bitcoin have made a new all-time high. Ripple Bank license, the Federal Reserve master account, is a milestone, making XRP RLUSD aligning with the core of the U.S. financial system. You guys let this sink in? Do you see this seismic shift that's happening? It's just not about cross-border payments. We're talking about the core of the infrastructure of money. It says it will bring RLUSD under federal oversight, enabling Ripple to pursue direct access through the Federal Reserve master account. You guys have no idea. I mean, it's like non-financial advice, but you might want to just have I told my son, and also my executive producer, shout out to and love you, over in college right now, but I told him, I said, when I got him into XRP, I said, you know what, just invest in it, don't even think about it for 5 years. And said, in 5 years latest, I said, you'll still be in your 20s and you'll be in nice shape. And best for last, this is talking about the FAB4. What I'm talking about for Q4, it's going to be a throwdown, EFT throwdown. EFTs could happen as early as October 18th. Going to be happening really soon. This is like my 6th interruption. Oh, he's going to kill me. I got to get through this. That is my executive producer. EFT throwdown. EFT starting the 18th. Hopefully, let's throw in BlackRock to sweeten the pot. Number 2, Clarity Act. Does it pass after the shutdown? With the government shutdown? We don't know. I do have a late date for that. That's December 12th. Ripple Bank license. That's going to be absolutely insane. That happens at the end of this month. You just saw some notes on that. And number 4, November 22nd, the ISO 222, going to be unbelievable. He says Ripple, 30 new. Has a 30-second new ad. It's insane. In a word, it's happening. Yes, the flip of the switch is happening. I think they're kind of signaling that so many different ways that we can spot it out in previous episodes. David Schwartz, my financial advisor, by the way, did a tweet. What did he tweet? Solar panels. Anybody know what that's about? I'm sure a lot of you do. He actually sold $40,000 worth of Ethereum to pay for a solar panels on his roof in California. If he had held it, it would be worth $100 million. Is he just signaling that XRP is about to make a big move? Yes, 10 days, 18 days, 10 days till the 18th. So excited. 45 days. That's about 6 weeks away from ISO 222. All banks need to be on board by that date, November 22nd. Yes, it's lining up for an absolutely beautiful, life-changing Thanksgiving like no other. And December 12th, that's about 2 months away. That would be the latest that we have Clarity Act, and then we want to wait and see when it goes live. And this actually, that effective date. End of the year, so we get to the best for last, and I got to wrap it up because I do have to call my executive producers. Why I'm talking so fast. End of year, $100 XRP that I have that bet on. While we sit at only $2.90, what drives it to that price? 3 things. That strategic reserve, we just mentioned it. Don't discount that. Number 2, the spot ETFs are going to be wild. Zero doubt about it with institutional money. Those titans at the gate. Number 3, the RLUSD with extending that line of credit for the IPO market. And that strategic reserve plus ETFs. That is an absolute perfect storm for a supply shock. And XRP, you will find, will start evaporating off the exchanges like rain on a Georgia asphalt on a sunny day, or Florida asphalt, because it gets really hot here when we get our tropical storms. Okay, yes, this one I'm do with having a little fun with my exit strategy, not financial advice. I'm going to go through it real quick. Taking profit. Yeah, I'm probably going to start taking profit at $20. I'm a holdout, right? Yes, I am. But also at $100, I'm going to have fun with $100. That's a beautiful one. But majority of my XRP, I will be holding long term, and I will be looking at getting a yield on it. And then when we hit $1,000, which my date for that, you guys know it, end of March, that's when Rob hits the banana zone. I'm going to have a little fun in this thing called RE, that is real estate, and the other thing called BOAT. I put it the tone down word for it. And then last but not least, to be able to borrow against your XRP, we'll be looking into that as it emerges. I won't look into borrowing until XRP is stable, being used by the banks, not financial advice. And here's a few, let's see, yeah. This is a lot of fun. So when the XRP Clarity Act goes live, it won't be like an elevator that's going up that I just mentioned. It's going to be like one of those express elevators. You ever seen that? It goes it bypasses, it goes from 0 all the way up to 100, like the express elevator, I think in Singapore. They have one in the boat hotel. And says, it's going to take one of those express elevators, and XRP is going to go from 0 to 1,000 when they flip the switch. Not financial advice. See you guys in the next episode. Peace out.